Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're strapping in for an exhilarating exploration right into the heart of Indian cricket. From the changing of the guard among its titans, to the thrilling emergence of new stars, and even some, intense off-field discussions, it feels pretty undeniable that Indian cricket is standing at a truly significant turning point. It's a moment of huge transition and, frankly, fascinating drama. We've sifted through, a mountain of articles, research, and insights to try and bring you the clearest picture. Our mission, like always, is to cut through the noise, pull out those critical nuggets of knowledge, and make sure you walk away with a really informed perspective on the state of play. We'll be journeying through the impactful retirements of legends, dissecting the meticulous preparations for a major tournament, marveling at a rising prodigy who could honestly redefine the game, and navigating some compelling, sometimes pretty heated off-field controversies. It's definitely an action-packed dive, so let's just jump right in. Okay, we have to start with some truly seismic news, marking a really definitive shift. We've just seen the official retirement of Cheteshwar Pujara from international cricket. For more than a decade, he was genuinely India's modern-day Wall, wasn't he? A picture of steadfastness, grit, piling up over 7,000 test runs. His departure leaves a significant, almost philosophical kind of void in the lineup. And what makes this even more profound, really, is that Pujara's retirement follows so closely on the heels of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma also stepping away from international. Okay, so from reflecting on the past, let's pivot hard to the immediate future, because this is where this turning point gets really interesting. All eyes are now firmly fixed on the critical preparations for the upcoming Asia Cup. The clock is ticking, and the intensity, you can feel it. It's absolutely palpable. We've seen senior players like Rohit Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal, among others, currently gathered at the BCCI Center of Excellence in Bengaluru. For those maybe less familiar, this is basically India's National Academy for Elite Player Development. It's where the best in the country go for really focused training. Our sources are telling us they're undergoing rigorous fitness assessments as part of a pre-tournament camp, and the explicit focus is squarely on getting match ready for the tournament that is, just around the corner. Sounds like they're leaving absolutely no stone unturned.
Yeah, these pre-tournament fitness assessments and training camps, they are strategically vital, especially for a high-stakes competition like the Asia Cup, which, let's face it, often serves as a crucial run-up to the World Cup. It's much more than just, ticking a box for physical readiness. For a squad, it's about bespoke training plans, addressing individual player needs, making sure everyone's at their physical peak, minimizing injury risks, allowing players to shake off any rust, particularly guys like Bumrah coming back from breaks or injuries. But maybe more importantly, it's a critical period for building team cohesion, refining specific tactical plans for different opponents, and developing that psychological edge. In short, it's where they train not just their bodies, but their minds and their collective strategy for what's coming.
And definitely mark your calendars. The Asia Cup begins on September 9th, India taking on UAE in their opening clash. But there's a rather notable twist this year that kind of speaks to the different pressures on the game. Team India will actually be playing the tournament without a lead jersey sponsor. Our sources describe this as a rare occurrence and potentially a big blow financially. It's pretty unusual, isn't it, to see a top national team, especially one of India's stature, without a prominent corporate logo right across their chests.
It really does raise an important question, about the broader financial ecosystem of Indian cricket. Lead jersey sponsorships aren't just a line item in a budget. They are a significant multi-million-dollar revenue stream. That underpins pretty much everything from grassroots development programs to player salaries, even the infrastructure of the sport. And while it's true, as the source points out, that the players are focused on cricket, not the logos on the shirt, the absence of such a major sponsor for a prestigious tournament like the Asia Cup is definitely noteworthy. It could signal maybe a shift in the sponsorship market, perhaps a recalibration of brand investment strategies, or even just a more competitive landscape for sports marketing. It forces the BCCI to either find alternative revenue streams quickly or possibly reflect on the valuation and negotiation tactics for these really high-profile partnerships moving forward. It's a commercial challenge, for sure, and one that could influence decisions far beyond just this current tournament.
All right, let's shift gears now from the pressures of the present to something truly exciting and, frankly, forward-looking. This turning point isn't just about the past or the immediate future. It's also about the raw, emerging talent that promises to define the next era. We're talking about the emergence of a proper star-in-the-making. And the name you need to remember is Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Now, what makes him astonishing? He is just 14 years old. And he has already caught the very discerning eye of former India star Suresh Raina, who has hailed him as nothing short of a once-in-a-century talent. Now, that's exceptionally high praise coming from someone who knows more than a thing or two about identifying and nurturing talent, right? Reina even went a step further, making a pretty bold prediction that Suryavanshi could make his indie debut very soon. So the question isn't just if he's talented, but like, how do you manage such immense potential and hype at such a tender age?
Well, what's truly fascinating here, and often incredibly challenging, is exactly that. The immense potential combined with the unique pressures, especially for a player identified as a prodigy at such a remarkably young age, 14. To be called a once-in-a-century talent by a legend like Reina is an incredible endorsement, no doubt. But it also places this enormous spotlight on Five-Have, a spotlight that, let's be honest, most adults would struggle with, let alone a 14-year-old. This just highlights the critical need for really robust support systems around him. We're talking about systems that protect him from burnout, manage those external expectations from fans and media, and provide the right coaching, physical conditioning, psychological guidance, everything needed to ensure he can fulfill that incredible promise without being completely overwhelmed. It's such a delicate balance, nurturing the talent while shielding the individual. It's where many prodigies either soar or sadly sometimes falter.
And as we know, sports, especially in a nation as passionate about cricket as India, are rarely just about what happens on the field. The turning point in Indian cricket also plays out in the fireworks off the field that often accompany high-stakes sports. Let's head over to our controversy corner for a couple of compelling instances. First up, we have a bit of a verbal exchange involving the legendary Sunil Gavaskar. He recently hit back, quite forcefully actually, at foreign cricketers like A.B. de Villiers, who had publicly questioned Shreyas Iyer's omission from the Asia Cup squad. Gavaskar's response was direct, unambiguous, and, I'm quoting him precisely here, strictly none of their business. It's pretty clear he feels strongly about outsiders commenting on national team selections. It does beg the question, though, where do you draw the line between legitimate sporting commentary and, well, unwarranted interference?
Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, Gavaskar's comments really underscore that deep-seated national pride and the almost proprietary feelings that surround national sports teams, particularly in a cricket-mad nation like India. For a legend like Gavaskar, it's probably not just about a player selection. It's about defending the autonomy and integrity of the national selection process. It suggests this underlying belief that certain internal matters should really remain within the national cricketing ecosystem. This dynamic you see it play out across international sports often, right? Where former players from one nation comment on another. And it sometimes leads to accusations